Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of New York.
The premiere of, I was going to say season 2, but really it's season 15.
But it's season 2. Who are we kidding? It's season 2.
For this new group. And also the first time we'll be not recapping, we don't do recaps. The first time we'll be talking about New York on the pod because, because they've been off since last fall? Before we started a podcast.
Right.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I think they did a really good job getting everyone back in. They did enough flashback and enough, what's currently going on, like all wrapped into one. But yeah, I still don't know what the hell happened.
I mean, I would say I was more excited today than I had been since gearing up to this, because so many other stuff is going on with Curly being an OC and then Salt Lake coming on, and that's just big and over the top,
right?
And then Potomac's around the corner, and so I wasn't jazzed until today, and I was yeah, New York.
Yeah, it is very daunting knowing that we're going to have so many Housewives shows coming on in the next few weeks, and then just already I'm tired thinking about it. I'm just are we really going to want to keep doing this every week, 4 times a week?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say eventually OC will drop out, but as we've seen, coming soon, Beverly
Hills. So
good Lord. I mean, Rob was trying to kill us.
Or hopefully this isn't the Housewives going out with a bang and not a whimper. We're just going to grand finale everything and onslaught the world with Housewives before the world grows tired of them.
Well, the way Jersey ended, and with the ratings of Dubai,
right? But you know what I'm saying, though. It does seem like this is the end of a fireworks show or something, because they're really packing in a lot of Housewives.
And I think it's just because they aired so few earlier in the year. Now they're all of them, and I'm I could have had a little bit of a break. I think I've said before that I'm surprised that Potomac's coming back so soon.
Yeah,
maybe they had something to prove, and I think New York could have come on way sooner, because they wrapped in June.
Yeah.
As we saw in the beginning of the episode, they were all wrapped up. This could have been popped out
right
sometimes, whatever. Bravo has their own.
I'm sure. Again, that's why I'm thinking there's some sort of demographics and some analysis that was done that said if we do it now like this, we'll make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So.
And then come January, February, what will there be eventually Atlanta? Yeah.
Yeah. Or I guess is that where maybe Bravo wants to concentrate on non-Housewives show the other first half of the year,
Oh, that could be it.
Where there's nothing but Below Deck and...
Well, it's funny, the fall time is when new shows come back. So, but with non-network shows, it's all a hodgepodge of when things premiere. But really this would be, if we're talking about ABC circa 2002, you would stack all your great shows out throughout the week, and it's premiere. So I guess in that sense it makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
All I know is to be so tiring. So tiring.
We'll get through it. And the good thing is they have their own vibe. New York has its situation with the friend group and the friend group and the friend group.
Yeah,
and this friend group
really important about...
It's friend groups and being in New York.
Yeah.
And just it's so funny. I was saying, they're so obsessed with we're so close. I'm really close with Ubah. I'm really close with Brynn. Are you in 6th grade?
Yeah, well, it's different though than Salt Lake's with the I want to be the better friend.
Yeah.
It's in New York, they just want to be close and,
But to one person.
But to know each other more intimately than the next.
Right.
I'm better friends with her than you are.
Right. I am so close with Lisa.
Versus.
I'm so close with Hannah this year. And with New York, it's our friend group is so close. But then we break up in our subgroups.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way that they did, reintroduce us to everybody and kind of lay out the previous season gossip and kind of bring us up to date. I do think
petty gossip.
Yeah, I think the Erin and Ubah having lunch with
Rebecca
Minkoff.
Mm-hmm.
Any relation to Crystal Kung Minkoff? Has anyone said that yet to her husband?
Oh, Rob.
Yeah.
Could be.
No, I think
Rob's-
isn't there an H in Minka? Anyway,
Yeah. I'd have to look back.
yeah, sorry. But yeah, I thought it was pretty clever how they kind of laid it all out. So that way you got an idea of like who was and wasn't talking to each other, and it was very good.
Right. It's like, I guess that's why they brought her in, because I was like, it seemed too soon to bring in the new girls, Rebecca and Racquel, without, on more focus on the old girls, which they did in a sense. But yeah, like they're basically saying like, this is where we stand, and it's all splintered because of some petty BS gossip that happened off camera yet again. Much like Cheesegate, much like, I think there's something else that happened off camera where it's like, well, she said that, and it's like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, where were the cameras here?
Right. It's like every Housewives show, that eventually happens.
In between seasons, like, someone said this about you, and and
I mean, but what's our takeaway is that Brynn is just a shit disturber.
yes, Brynn is very much a shit stirrer. And I don't dislike her, but it's like, I see what you're doing. I see where you're going with this. I do believe that she like over exaggerates things and like brings something to somebody and kind of like alters the story a bit. Like, well, she said you were poor, and it's really like she was joking that you were poor, and probably poor didn't even come out of her mouth, but Brynn took boop, 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 poor. And then it's like, wait, Erin thinks I'm poor, and it's like,
right?
No one thinks you're poor. No, Erin would not say that, and if she did say it, it would be in a joking way. So it's a dumb fight,
right?
But also to the sci-fi, like it all comes back to Brynn disturbing things, and we'll get to this.
Well, no, I mean it would be frustrating, You always have someone who's just kind of misrepresenting you all the time, and it stops becoming like irritating about you being misrepresented, and it becomes like, what is wrong with you that you need to keep doing this?
Right. And I think I would be someone, I would trust Brynn in the moment, like we're hanging out and we're like sharing, but then I'd be really concerned about what she would be saying after the moment is ended. Like you feel like you're so close to this person, and then you hear other things, and when you're not around, you're like, wait, why can't you just be who you were when we were so close in that one moment?
Right.
So that's why I don't think, to me, she seems like a great friend, because I just wouldn't fully trust her, or I would just take copious notes and be like, no, this is what I said,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think she's fun, and I don't think she's a mother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that was my problem, is that I like Brynn's one-liners, like her sound bites are great and little things she says.
Yeah.
When I started thinking if the things that Erin and Sai were saying is like even remotely true, that'd be really, really irritating to hang out with someone like
Yes.
that. Like it would be exhausting.
Yeah. Brynn is like Sonia if she wanted to be the main character rather than just sit in the background and shoot out one-liners and
Right.
boopy doop. But she wants to be the main character.
I can see that.
She is, and she's definitely heading for like, sitting by Andy at the reunion.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
She is definitely
and
revolving around her, which is good. She played it well.
Exactly. The whole edit of the episode, even before the party, was we're out to get Brynn.
Everyone's talking about Brynn.
Yeah.
Every scene, Brynn was mentioned.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
engineered. Damn it. No, I hope it wasn't like it isn't like a season takedown plan.
I don't think it's a take. No, I don't think it's a take, because I don't think they are like that, because they're so close in this friend group.
Right.
I don't think it's a takedown. I think it's more just like we have our beef with Brynn, but then like you have Erin and Jessel saying we're so close with Brynn. I don't know.
Yeah.
After we hear the word, is this the title of the episode? Close.
We're so close.
So close.
Can we take a step back and talk about some of the looks?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I know we're bouncing all over the place,
That's
but
all right.
you said Jessel, and it reminded me of the lighting in the confessionals is really odd. It's definitely done to be very soft, almost cartoonish.
She's better than that lighting.
But all the women kind of look a little anime-like, because like they look drawn a little bit because of that light.
Oh, I got that with Sai too.
The contouring, I think, that they're doing for a different light, and they get that light, it's making them look completely different. So, but
I think it's also like the green screen too. Like they look very like.
But Jessel,
yeah,
Jessel looks like 10 years older in that confessional just because that lighting.
That stripe look is not a good look.
Yeah.
She's much better like in scene.
Yeah.
I like her with the short hair. Like in her in our cast photo there, like she looks really great there. She
Where? Oh, there.
Yeah, with the bob.
She gives me Jen Aiden this episode, which is difficult for me to like. Oh, I like this person.
I like her much more in this episode than I did the entirety of last season.
Well, what did she really do this episode?
I think she was really funny. She was funny, but at times it didn't seem natural. It's like, because she's coming off a year where she was the fan favorite, and she was like so much part of that first season. And I think she's like, I got to keep up, and I'm like, got to be like, here's a one-liner, and I've got mom brain. It seemed like she was really acting in her confessionals.
Yeah, I forgot about that mom brain thing.
Is there dad brain?
I'm sure there can be. Yeah, she doesn't need to be doing it.
No, because I think she's just naturally, like, just be you who you were the first season. But I think they have this pressure to live up to it, and like she was in all these magazines and like people were like really focusing on her because she was the target last season.
Right.
And then it backfired and she became the fan favorite.
So how do you feel about them having to redeem Pavit's I traveled to Vietnam for a sandwich storyline by making him into a food influencer?
It's one of those, like, you take a negative and you make it a positive, like Candy in the Dungeon, when she started the dungeon show.
It just felt so like, I mean, I haven't popped open Instagram to see if it's for real, but it seemed so staged and in response to the fact that everyone made a big deal out of, what do you mean you fly to Vietnam for a sandwich,
Yeah. I think it's like, he probably is like, his 9 to 5 is being a banker. And then he's like, on the weekends or at night, I'm eating food and shooting it on. I believe it because he became so popular too.
Oh, that's true.
And so I think,
What do you think about, even though we've seen it in the trailers, what do you think his answer of, I could throw away Beyonce, but I'll take Elon? How do you think that's to win him points or whatever he said? I'm probably phrasing him incorrectly.
It was like, they're trying to see if they should keep their embryos and go for another kid, or just be like, whatever. And she like really wants a girl. And he's like, and yeah, the Beyonce versus Elon Musk thing. It's like, why would you even say that? Like, no.
And that actually is a good segue to Erin, because I was remembering now how she got all pissed off at Abe for making that joke about shrooms.
What was that about? And it also be like, don't talk, like, is she now Heather Dubrow? Like, don't say that on camera.
Right.
When Heather was like talking to Terry and she's like, don't admonish me on camera.
A little shocking that she called him dumb. Like, what are you, dumb? Like, maybe realistic, but still a little
critical.
He is, but like, I really get a feeling that she saw how she came off last season.
Yeah.
And a little too loosey-goosey here and there, and probably trying to present a different image. And that's why she's like, don't be saying that. Like, it's almost like she was saying it through her teeth. Like, don't be saying that stuff.
Yeah. And it's like, for your mic, you're on camera. I don't think she came off loosey-goosey last season. Like, she was like, people didn't like her last season. I think because she was so rigid, or like, so just like, there's something about her that,
she felt very, to me, the first season, she felt very just kind of, I say whatever, and like, I'm not thinking about
I think it was
anything.
because she wasn't thinking about it, and people thought she was problematic.
Right. And this season, she's thinking about it.
Yes, she's in her head.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a lot of pressure to like carry the show, all of them, to like make this a success, and so people don't like say, should have brought back the old or the legacy ladies.
The old ladies? What are you trying to say, Jeff?
The girls. It's like, they have to like make it on their own, and but still, like, I guess it's really hard not to get in your head, especially if you're on a reality show. But if it worked for you last season, keep doing it, or just be yourself. Period.
That's the thing, is that she probably is trying to be herself and realizing like, oh, I don't sound the most, best version of myself when I'm sitting there making jokes about shrooms, but here we are talking about how she talked about shrooms because I think that was obviously an example of you're on camera and you probably wanted to react differently. Why did I make a bigger deal out of that?
I think probably she and Jessel are probably the biggest offenders in this episode of like being too much in your head, and like you can see the wheels turning. Because like the whole thing in Serendipity was like, why are you getting mad at him for this? But as he said, there's more to it that she's really mad about, which will come out. as we see in the trailer with her like crying. And
so I think that's actually a really good setup though as well. Like when they got to Erin, they found that's gonna be her storyline is gonna be problems with Abe this season. So we met her, caught up with her, and then they even gave, and that's where I'm kind of rolling my eyes because they're both so forthright, like both to the camera, as though they know this is going to do a whole arc, come back to it, and we're better for it by the end of the season. You know what I mean?
Right. One of those and now we're stronger.
Yeah. And so I'm a little disappointed, but at the same time, at least, we know what we're going to get from her this season.
Yes.
The same way, backing up, that, Jessel and Pavit. Jessel and Pavit's thing will be, do we do the enzymes? Like, we want a baby, like embryo, right? Enzymes. Do I get the enzymatic cleaner or no?
We need little minifans to blast cool air in our faces.
Yeah, it is hot up here.
I swear, if we had a dog every time we said it's hot up here on the podcast,
it really,
we would have money for things.
We have money for a bigger house. Exactly. Where it doesn't get hot upstairs. But it was also record high temperatures today across the Bay Area.
In the 90s in the city alone. What is that?
That's apparently the hottest San Francisco's been in 28 years for this time of year.
Oh, this time of year. I would say there was a 1 year that it was 100 plus in San Francisco.
People don't understand about, if they're not from San Francisco, is that you just are so accustomed to the fact that it is always roughly 55 to 65 degrees and never anywhere outside of that. And then because of the fog, when it is hot, it just ends up being painfully hot because it never goes anywhere.
Right.
You just have heat sitting there. So 92 degrees in San Francisco is a crazy, crazy rare thing. I mean, again,
in October,
30 degrees over what you're probably used to all the time down there.
It's insane.
Anyway, we're talking about the weather, literally.
Hot. We didn't see much of Ubah hot.
We did not see much of Ubah hot other than her eating food at the restaurant at the beginning. We didn't really find out what she's up to, did we?
Well, she has a new band, which we haven't seen, although she's been very forthright with him on Instagram.
Okay. You have to show him to me later.
Yes, he's really cute. He's tall and he looks like he's from Connecticut.
So, Army Hammer?
Is he? No, he's from... Is he from Boca?
Oh, I don't remember, but West Palm Beach or something, probably. Yeah. I think you're right. It's been so long since we watched the Army Hammer documentary. But no, I think because of the Winklevoss twins from Social Network,
right,
that they're probably from Connecticut or something. But
right. Yeah, literally, Ubah showed up in that one scene, and then we didn't even get we got more of the new women than we did Ubah, who was off in Connecticut, and she may or may not want to have a baby with this dude,
right?
And she just disappeared, and then came at the end. Where's everybody? Where's Brynn? What did I miss?
Wasn't that a thing that happened last season though too? That someone showed up at the end. Erin had already left when she freaked out.
Maybe. Was that when they were making wreaths or something?
Yeah. And Erin left early or whatever. Was I don't even want to be here. And then someone showed up later. I could be making it up, but
I remember Erin left and I feel like Jenna went after her, or maybe nobody went after her because she had a conversation with her sister about how they're all bitches and it's why didn't anyone go after her? This is what you do when someone runs off. You go after them.
And I think at the time we probably thought Sai was pretty badass. From fine, go ahead and leave.
I think it was Brynn was Brynn. He was oh, whatever. I'm gonna keep making my wreath.
But anyway, Ubah shows up at the last minute and what's up?
Yeah. And that was Ubah this episode.
That was Ubah. But yeah.
But we see in the it's becoming a thing where it's you see what's happening. It happened by the end of the season.
Oh, right.
Beginning, and she and Brynn have a horrible fight.
And that's probably saving a lot of Ubah's screen time for later in the season.
Yeah.
Especially for the things you're saying right now.
Right. It's just about we're at a horrible fight and now we have to go shoot a picture together and pretend we're all cool.
Forgot about
and
that.
Throw apples.
I want to keep an eye on it. And the one that closed the episode or during one of the commercials or whatever, Jenna Lyons just tosses her apple and she looks thoroughly just what the hell is going on?
That's Jenna in every single scene. I really truly wonder why she came back, because it's she doesn't need this, and to Danny Cohen to be we need continuity.
I mean, the money, if the money's right, she doesn't need it, but who doesn't need it?
Well, she's not poor, so she doesn't need it.
Right, but everyone can always use a little more money. Never enough money.
That's true.
So maybe she, wants, she's like, maybe I see a wedding in my future, and one season of this is my wedding.
I see. It's so funny. Like I'm dating this woman, but she's not going to go on camera. But here's our mother talk about my shoes and like really like what's happening when Racquel shows up.
It's really difficult as well for me because I don't know who Jenna's fiance is. So like, is she of the same level of wealth? Like, so is her mother like looking at this at Jenna going, what is this crazy person doing? Throwing out all these shoes? I don't understand. Like, or is she just a normal everyday kind of?
I think she's
woman.
I don't know if she's somebody. I've seen stories about her. I can't recall her name or her mother's name. I know, like,
but you get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they're just like, oh yeah, we're your normal mom. We grew up on Staten Island, and we're middle class life. We kind of made it big. They're not as rich as Jenna Lyons, and you're, yeah, darling, I haven't met your girlfriend before, your fiance, but I'm gonna go over and watch her throw out shoes.
We'll go over and judge her shoes and tell her what she should purchase.
That's what Jenna said, right? This is the first time I've ever met her.
Not ever. This is the first time they've met earlier in the off camera.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time they're like spending time together ever.
Okay.
So it's like, first day I met you, go into filming, here's this mic pack.
I was thinking, because I was a little confused about that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they meant. But that makes way more sense.
Yes.
Way more sense.
Because she's been dating the girlfriend for a year. And I remember like there was talk of like an engagement because like someone wore a ring or some such. And
yeah. But fiance.
Fiance.
Like
Beyonce. Remember like when Beyonce came out, people were like, it's Beyonce, like fiance.
I do not remember that.
That was the thing people said.
I never really had problem knowing it was Beyonce.
Well, probably by the time you knew who she was, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But like back when Destiny's Child first came out, it was like Beyonce, like fiance. Anyway, I digress. Sai. So Sai's been to therapy.
And boy, does it show.
Tell you about it. And I like it.
I think, though, that anyone who goes to therapy, and if they're truly that new to therapy, they are going to tell you about
a lot about therapy. Like
if I become vegan, I won't stop talking about it. And you know that. So,
right.
I mean, if I went to therapy, which Lord knows I need to, then, you'd hear nonstop about it.
But I feel like, it was a lot, but it's still like, she's just going into it. She's learning. She's trying. I like that she's like, I'm still me, but I'm trying to like become better and grow. And I think by the end of the episode, even though she like yelled like her old self and she was like, I'm really disappointed in that. But and that doesn't really get your point across well. Like the fact that she like realized it, not in scene, but in confessional, and could speak intelligently about it, I think was really great, and took accountability with the Jenna stuff too. And like, I'm sorry I said that. That was mean.
And I like that
it's really, really smart. And like, yeah.
I like that she didn't deny. I said it. I didn't say I hated you. I said I just didn't like you.
Yeah.
And really, she explained herself without having to be like, I never said that. Like, she was very quick to say, I never said those words.
Right. That doesn't sound like me. I hate you, but I can't stand her. That sounds like me.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So
yeah.
No, it was very smart, and I think especially. Because it's very clear that some of them had not seen each other since the reunion, or,
I forgot that she and Brynn had a falling out because they were super close.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the reunion, they had not been talking. And then Brynn was like, I got 1,000 friends. I don't need her, basically.
I forgot about that entirely.
And so I was like, same bitch.
Right. But even Jessel wasn't, they were saying that they hadn't seen Jessel in forever or something. I forget how it all went. But many of them made it clear they hadn't seen each other since the last... since the reunion. And so it's very smart of Sai to be like, okay, I probably haven't seen some of you. I'm just going to, we're playing nice this whole season. So here it starts.
Right. I'm trying to get to, be okay with Brynn. And like, I thought that even though she was telling her off, like, screw you, not say Satan, but when you want to have a sit down one-on-one, just find me.
But I just can't do it today.
Not today, Satan.
Yeah.
And then like freaking Brynn, like, I'm not Satan.
Yeah.
And she cries. And I'm like, I can't with the tears.
I mean, it made me sad that she was crying. But it does sound like she did turn it around and make it about herself.
Totally made it about. Like, it went to her brother, like, how could she say that? I'm this, I'm that, and all like very much like therapy words. Like, you're a narcissist and you're gaslighting. And I was like, Isn't every housewife?
Yeah.
But I like, that I'm sure she's going to get killed on social media. Like, oh, she's been to therapy and she won't shut up about it. And it's like, well, what do you want her to be like? You thought she was an asshole last season.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like, she's showing some growth. Like, and now it's like, what?
Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, I remember while we were watching, I said, it does seem like we could pick each housewife and be like, what are they going to be roasted for this season?
Right. Yeah.
Because they all seem to have and being set up for like a vulnerability or like some negative quality. But then I think, and maybe that's what New York or this franchise is going to do well, where it's like, yeah, they, we love them, but we know they're not perfect.
Right.
And isn't that truly the message of the original, the legacy New York?
They're all messy broads.
But we love them anyway.
Yeah.
Except the Scientologist. Apparently that's a problem.
Yeah. I'm wondering how that will really be addressed in this show, because that's a thing.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Bringing, religion and politics into Housewives can always be very touchy. So,
well, unless you're so lucky and you build a franchise off of it.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when,
people are, I think, equally obsessed with Mormons as they were Scientologists.
Yeah. This is their effort. They're going to make New York the Scientology Housewives.
Rebecca's like, so, you want to come with me to a meeting? Do some like light auditing.
Yeah. Before we know it, Andy's just Scientologist.
Oh my God.
Okay. I didn't mean to jump to, I keep wanting to say Rebecca, is that her name?
Minkoff?
Yeah, I didn't mean to jump to her before we talked about Racquel, because we got a lot of Racquel.
We met her fiance.
Yeah.
Who was like
Beyonce. I'm told. I'm told those two words go together.
The fiance was like, I don't know what's going on. And I love that Racquel was like, I'm not usually into this like straight lady drama, but I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah. She, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but right now I think she irritates me. Like her energy or something was a little too like, hey, what's going on? Like,
it was like, what you're saying, like she's like kind of like a stand up.
Yeah.
Like it's that same like, it's like I ride bikes and this is my big engagement ring, y'all. And,
yeah. It's a bit much, but I mean we're just getting to know her. I'm not like not trying to say I'm not gonna like her, but yeah, I think it's a little interesting.
Right.
I'm definitely a different personality, I think.
Yes, from the other girls. Yeah. I think I don't see her like being so close with the others. Maybe aside from Jenna. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see like how she fits in the group.
Right. It's interesting to see the double gay powers in the same room together.
Right.
Because like we don't watch Miami, so I don't know how represented
Julia.
And I don't know. Yeah, but it's interesting to see them because it's almost like when two gay guys get together and there's a shorthand and a flirting, they're not really flirting, that sort of thing.
A way of communicating.
Exactly. And it's weird watching the lesbian version of it because I'm not really exposed to that all that often.
Well, and then talking about like, was it Gold Sheet or Gold?
Yeah.
So
Golden Ticket is what Jenna kept saying.
It is Gold Star.
Yeah.
You never slept with a woman. It's Platinum Star gay if you were a C-section baby.
Yeah, but we shouldn't need to explain this to anyone, or at least any
this audience. I don't know.
It's true. I guess Jenna Lyons didn't know.
Right. We should not assume. Yeah, I mean Racquel's okay. I think she is like I said, a lot. I don't know. I can't put my finger quite on what the a lot is, but it's there. And it is not bugging me. I was just kind of like, okay, I'm curious to see, like, because I heard I'm tired, y'all.
I am too.
There's just water in this. That's not vodka, I promise. I had heard that she was filming with them, but I was surprised that she got offered a full-time thing, Apple. So I'm wondering, like, what is about her that, like, make them like, there must be something there that, that caused them to say like, this is a full-time lady.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see like what that is, how this goes and where she fits in.
You keep saying full-time lady and I just want to keep saying part-time lover and
that's it.
She's a part-time lover. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out. My guess so far is that maybe she is going to be the audience this season. and have a lot of reactions like, I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but all right. Or like, hey,
oh no, she did.
Yeah, and just be like, are you guys really freaking out about all this?
I want someone to say like, are you really upset because someone said that you said blah blah blah? Because it seems like a lot of BS.
Yeah.
I got to go do some art because she's an art curator,
right?
Hence her tagline, which I didn't understand that. I thought it was just like a whatever tagline, and I'm like, oh, it relates to her life because she does art.
Wasn't she the one who had to tell us what the sequel to Sex the City was?
Oh my god! When she said that, I was like, you're on a show that basically has the same audience. We know
yeah.
what "and just like that" means.
Yeah, we are well aware.
Yeah, that was really funny.
But thanks for the refresher.
It's like, there's this actress named Sarah Jessica Parker.
I don't know if you've heard of her. So goofy. Who do we got back here? That's who's that? Oh, that's Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Sorry, I'm out of frame. Everybody.
I think I might be sticking with this order for potential
couch.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. It's too early.
You don't think Jenna Lyons is gonna be right up there next to Andy?
No, she wasn't last season.
Oh, you're right.
She was second.
Well, maybe that's part of her contract for coming back this season. Ever think about that?
She wants the Lisa Milan.
Yeah, she needs to be there. Hopefully she gets there and, in
her vagina dress.
Oh, God.
That was she's like, I just want to look pretty in my vagina dress. I don't want this drama.
That's funny when she's like, I didn't notice it, but now I can't unsee it.
The red string, really.
But was it Brynn who said that to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but that's the sort of thing where, like, I picture myself in my younger days saying shit like that. But then looking at it now, I'm like, well, that's really rude to say. Like now in my 40s, I don't think I would tell someone, looks like you're wearing a vagina dress. Whereas in my 20s and 30s, definitely.
I mean, you might say they look hottie, but not like...
Well, yeah, I mean, I would make some good Project Runway references. I might say it looks like a Balenciaga trash bag. I mean, but... Some people, that's high fashion.
Fashion.
Sorry.
You go to Paris for that.
Again, not me sitting here in my penguin shirt that I've had for 5 years.
Delightful, though. And my Jimmy Carter shirt.
It's his birthday.
His birthday is 100, oldest living president.
That's crazy.
That's great.
That's great. Thanks, Jimmy Carter.
Yes, thanks, Jimmy Carter. He built houses.
He did.
Anyways,
I'm gonna let you sit in that silence. Yeah, you dig us out of that one. No, totally kidding. The taglines were really rushed. We talked about it a little bit last week, but
we did. But the set was rushed. It seemed.
Yeah.
Bryn's was like, da-da-da, and then came Erin. Yeah.
And then also when you're when you're edging us for Salt Lake City taglines, and we don't get it. You can't just start the first episode and go, oh hey, by the way, here are taglines.
Right.
Like it would just start like real quick.
Yeah.
So I was a little taken aback, but
so they're like, we gotta get to this party.
Yeah. But Erin's makes the way she says it makes a little bit more sense. It's not as wordy and awkward.
Hangs her hat on being a New Yorker as Kyle hangs her hat on being in this town.
Yeah.
It's very much the same energy.
I think Erin's, though, will be more irritating than Kyle's, because Kyle's not like, by the way, guys, I'm a child actor. Like, wouldn't work.
So she's just like living in this town in Beverly Hills. Like, after not having it last season, she has to have tackling that in Beverly Hills or in this town. It's what she's known for.
Fingers crossed.
I know.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But as far as New York goes, good first episode.
Good first episode. Good introduction to the season. Enjoying it so far. Excited to see where it goes. Well, so far I like everyone, some more than others, but I think it's in a good, light, petty place, and it's good Housewives drama.
I think what we're going to have to do, though, is that we can probably already set up the strings, because some people really do not like each other right now.
Right.
But we may need a few more weeks to firm that up.
Strong strings.
Exactly. All right. Till next time.